So it's time for another new gaming setup, and this time it's from Alienware. We're gonna check out their latest stuff, and it's kind of cool because I actually haven't checked out their products in a while. The monitor is probably the thing that I'm the most excited for. It is a 32-inch 4K OLED gaming monitor. They're calling it QD OLED, and of course you guys know I'm such a fan of OLED in general, and then to see it in a gaming monitor, you know, they've figured out all the kinks and stuff. We're into sort of next generation OLED, which can be put into a monitor without some of those drawbacks that people have thought about historically. They've got all the little pixel shift stuff going on, so you can enjoy those wonderful deep blacks, and actually it's going to double as a great multimedia monitor for watching movies and stuff. Of course, those also benefit from OLED. So the specs on here: QD OLED 4K, 240 Hz, 0.03 milliseconds, 99% DCI P3, HDR True Black 400, and HDMI 2.1. Actually, if we lift it up, we can get an idea of the aesthetic. Of course, it's got that Alienware aesthetic on the back. We've got this kind of silver spacecraft look. We've also got their new wireless gaming mouse. This is called the Pro Wireless Gaming Mouse, 120 hours, 4 kilohertz, 8 kilohertz polling rate. Of course, we can also use it with a cable, which happens to be included, and Alienware exclusive magnetic force key plates. Ooh, curious about that. Magnetic force key plates. Optical switches with 70 million click lifespan, and a 5-minute charge will give you 6 hours of battery life. The whole thing is under 60 grams. You know, there's that push, there's that kind of preference for ultra light gaming mice that's going on right now. They've also included their Pro wireless gaming keyboard. We can see the RGB on full display there. This is a white keyboard as well, an interesting choice. We've got hot swappable linear mechanical switches from Alienware, so that'll be interesting to check out as well. Dual layered sound dampening, so maybe these are relatively quiet, would actually be my preference. As much as I like the tactile click of like a blue key switch, it could be a little bit annoying for other people that are nearby. Battery life up to 1,800 hours on Bluetooth, so it's also wireless. That's with the RGB lighting turned off. Of course, if you have the RGB turned on, it goes down to 72 hours, but it looks so much more pretty. Oh, here's the other thing. It's a compact form factor. It's a 75%, which again is a preference right now in gaming setups. They've also got the new headset, 720H, dual mode wireless gaming headset. The aesthetic is gonna fit in with all the other items here. 30 hours of battery life, high-res audio capable, 20 hertz to 40 kilohertz. We can use it wirelessly or wired with a 3.5 mil connector, which is nice to have in a pinch. And then you've also got RGB built in there, so you can kind of set it up, configure it however you choose. Lightweight, which I pay a lot of attention to. As much as I care about the audio quality of a headset, is it comfortable to wear for extended periods of time? Fast charge, 15-minute charge, 6 hours of use, noise canceling microphones. And then in this last box, they've sent over one of their gaming PCs to power everything. So we're gonna have the full cohesive Alienware setup for 2024. I don't even know the spec of the machine that they sent in here. Okay, so Alienware unboxing experience. The famous Alienware Alien. Lift up here, and we have our peripherals. Actually, they've included a mouse, so you get one. You don't need to purchase an extra one, but obviously the Pro model is gonna be a little bit more feature rich. You've also got your power cable up top. You're gonna get your antenna for your wireless and a Dell keyboard. I presume this is gonna be more basic than the one we have over there. I don't mind the fact that they throw it in. Actually, it's a little bit above basic, but it is Dell branded rather than Alienware branded. It's actually kind of slim, which is also cool. It's an extra keyboard for you because you're obviously gonna get the Pro model. Alienware little card. In 1996, we set out to build the most innovative and high-performance computers for ourselves and fellow gamers. Since then, Alienware's products have won hundreds of awards around the world, often heralded as a definitive gaming PC experience. Okay. Whoa, it's actually cool. Immediately greeted by the see-through glass side panel here. This is the Aurora R16, and it's a fairly compact system. Ooh. Cool. I was wondering, I was like, why do you need to have padding in here? But I kind of get it now. It's part of the design to have this pass through. Oh, and then this section in the middle, the reason that's there is because that's providing your front ports. Here we have headphone, 3 USB-A's and a Type-C. And that's kind of a nice spot for it. I like that it's recessed. This is something that often goes overlooked. You may have these ports, but they're flush, and then the connector is all exposed, and if you bump it, it's breakage. here, most of that connector is gonna be recess protected. It's a little detail. It's a curious topic.